Hello and welcome to the 2015 season of the FIA European Rally Championship, starting again with the International Jännerrallye in Austria, the first of 10 rounds. And as we saw yesterday, a very tricky challenge with proper winter weather to kick the season off.
Jean-Pierre, quelles sont les particularités du Jännerrallye?
So our ERC reporter caught up with Jean-Pierre Nicolas, asked what are the main characteristics of this rally. The rally is taking place at an altitude between 500 and 1,000 metres. It's a mid-mountain region with high-speed roads. It's snowing for 36 hours and we expect more snow in the next 12 hours until the start of the rally. On snow, average speed will be around 80-90 kilometres an hour. There are plenty of long straights. Top speed could be around 180-200 kilometres per hour for the fastest cars. It was the case with Kubica, who won the rally last year. I think the rally will be difficult. The temperature will remain low, minus 10 degrees C. Tyre choice will be crucial, as will the time in the qualifying stage, which will determine the starting order for leg one. And this is just like in F1. Upper Austria is a vast province nestled around the Alps and the Danube valleys. This region is full of castles, palaces and monasteries like this one. This is the Renaissance castle of Weinberg in the Mühlviertel Kernland, a stately 800-year-old building overlooking the township of Käfermarkt. Well, another stunning location for the European Rally Championship. Here's how leg 2 lines up. Stages 11 through 18, just 2 visits to the service park. Special stage 11, 8.27 kilometres and 12, 12.54. 13, 7.79 as you can see, and then back to service.
Into a long flat 2 right.
Well, this is what happened yesterday. It was a short day for Craig Breen, third in the ERC last year. Big season for him this year with ERC and WRC commitments with Peugeot Sport. Unfortunately, went off on the very first stage. The car got stuck and he retired for the day, but he's back for leg 2. Kajtanovic, Polish driver in the Ford Fiesta R5, second full season in the ERC, a title favourite for sure, and a perfect day for Kaito, winning all 10 stages. Absolutely outrageous performance, takes a huge lead into leg 2. Robert Kubica with the old Peugeot 207 S2000, easy for me to say. Normally aspirated engine, so a little bit easier to drive in these conditions. Had a great chat with Tom Cave last night after the highlights show about the differences between the S2000 and the R5 cars, and the S2000 with the normally aspirated engines just a little bit easier, particularly in some of the low speed corners. Nice to catch up with Tom. Of course, some WRC events for him last year. Hope we'll see him out again this year. That was Tarabas you were seeing there, third overall, 6 minutes 29 behind Kaito. And Lukyanuk lost a lot of time here on the first stage with an overheating engine. He's fourth overall, 7 minutes 35 behind Kaito. There is that leaderboard confirming those positions. 3 minutes 52 on Kubica. So difficult for Kajtanovic. Got to take a sensible approach. Keep the speed up, make the car work, but not make any mistakes and throw away that huge lead. Early morning. A lot of snow on the stages after a freezing cold night. The forecast says it should be a sunny day, but it was wrong in the run up to the event. 8 stages left, ending with 2 runs on Bad Zell, decisive in the last 2 years. Kajtanovic trying to keep that concentration. Hit a snowbank, but manages to escape any major damage. Telemetry on the right, green is throttle. You see the RPM and the speed as well with the gear indicator bottom right.
Dobry czas, ale musimy myśleć o tym, że to jest nowy dzień.
The time on the stage is good.
W zeszłym roku tutaj nie dojechaliśmy.
It's a new day, new stages.
Tak to jest. Teraz musimy
Last year we didn't make it this far.
na drodze i jak najszybciej jechać. To jest plan.
We want to stay on the road and go as fast as we can. On board now with Kansani. Contrast the driving style with the revs in the S2000 car. Again, data over on the right-hand side. This time you've got the brake as well. So the red bar bottom right is brake, green is throttle. Get an idea of the balancing act to keep the car on the road. Not so many tyres left. You remember he made a clever tyre choice yesterday, using tyres really meant for two-wheel drive cars. It certainly worked all day yesterday, but he hasn't got many of them left. So driving safely and aiming for a great points haul in second. Kansani says, I don't understand why my time is good because I'm not really pushing at all. I tried to stay in the middle of the road, to brake early. Really, I don't understand. My rivals must have done some mistakes. Good drive from Kansani so far. Tarabus in the Fabia S2000, second fastest on stage 11 and fourth fastest on stage 12. Still third in the overall standings, but needs to keep an eye on Lukinuk, who is chasing him. And here is Lukinuk, again with the data down on the right-hand side, aiming for the podium after yesterday's engine problem delay. Fourth fastest on stage 11, second fastest on stage 12. He's fourth overall after 12 stages. 1 minute 31 behind third place Tarabus. On board now with Stéphane Lefebvre in the DS3 R5. Another good opportunity for him to learn today about snow driving. He's preparing for Rally Monte Carlo. Comparing times in the morning with Craig Breen in the Peugeot R5, both of them on Michelin tyres. It's a good drive from the Frenchman, who's just a little bit quicker than Breen, but Breen also playing around with settings because, of course, this rally, whilst he's back with Rally 2 today, not ideal for him. This was Hershey with another mistake, continuing to learn about rallying generally. Got the car stuck. Spectators luckily on hand to push him back on the road, so he gets away with it. On the limiter all the way out of the ditch. On then to special stage 13. Arila Königsweissen, 7.79 kilometres. Plenty of spectators. It's the shortest stage of leg 2. Jean-Michel Raoult, another Ford Fiesta R5 driver. The R5 category has really taken off. Just turning a little bit too much there, hooks a wheel, and then the bumper into the inside. You can see the car just got sucked into the snowbank. Down one place to 8th in the standings. So borderline as to whether or not the car goes in. Very hard to judge. Kajtanovic, fastest again. Puts on a bit of a show for the spectators. Still driving at 100%, even with a 4 minute 27 advantage over Kansani. So on board now with Craig Breen, Rally 2, I mentioned it earlier. That's the new name for Super Rally, if you're not familiar. Had a spin, 6th fastest, but still gaining experience of the car on this surface. See how they stand after special stage 13. Kajtanovic now with a 4 minutes 27 lead over Kansani, Tarabus, Lukinuk and Lefebvre. Fischelena would be the top ERC2 driver, but not registered for that category. So Staff in 7th is leading that one. Back to the service park. Time again to choose those tyres, if indeed you've got any tyres left to choose. Lukyanuk not very happy with his morning and thought he could have gained a bit more time on third place Tarabus.
Actually, I expected to be slightly faster, but now the conditions are very likely to drive fast and for everybody, and it's not so easy to get a big advantage. Of course, our tires also fading and not helping us to get faster. I try to change something in my driving style. We try to change the setup of the car. It's anyway too soft for me because I used to Mitsubishi and the suspension travel is much more here. And I am always in a doubt to go softer or harder.
Welcome back to Austria for the Jännerrallye. Kaito is leading after stage 13. Massive lead, as you can see. He's won every single stage so far. A loop now of stages 14, 15 and 16. Spectators again out. Double bank holiday in Austria. And that's why the rally is unusually on a Monday and a Tuesday. Antonin Klustak in the Fabia S2000, 7th in stage 14 and 16, 6th in stage 15. Bought some Pirellis from Kajto apparently, and says he's having a very good rally. Fighting with Hershey for 9th overall. Klustak is 4.4 seconds behind. Stefan Lefebvre, 5th quickest in stage 14, but the car isn't running right on stages 15 and 16. They tried to fix it on the road section after the stage, but unfortunately they couldn't, and he retired later on in the day. And we will of course see him later on in the year on Ypres in a 208 R5, another part of his prize for being the junior champion last year.
The bearing for the belt. I have no spare on inside, and normally it's finished for us.
Disappointing, but all good experience in very difficult conditions. Alexei Lukyanuk, 2nd fastest in stage 14, 15 and 16, made lots of changes to the car. We heard him talking about it just before the break. And he says the car is much better than on leg 1, pushing very hard to challenge Tarabus for 3rd. Was a minute and 13 behind, but after stage 16, Lukyanuk is now just 36 seconds behind Tarabus. Tarabus here in the Fabia S2000. Czech driver, 3rd fastest on all 3 stages of this loop. He was happy with his pace after stage 14. But unfortunately started to lose some studs from the tyres in stage 15 and really struggled as a result of that on 16. Needs to push to keep Lukyanuk behind. It's going to be very difficult with the tyres degrading at the rate they are. Normal service for Kaito. Fastest in all 3 stages on the loop. Great commitment on the brakes. You can see they're moving the car around with supreme confidence every stage so far. Said that stage 15 was crazy, a very fast stage. Two stages to go, and that's how they stand. A 5-minute 50 lead for Kaito. Consani, Tarabus, Lukyanuk and Lefebvre are the top 5. 17 minutes back. Lefebvre, of course, we know, retired. So he'll be out of that position once the next stage is underway. 17 and 18 are the same stage repeated, just with a visit to the service park in between. Longest stage of the leg, 21 kilometres. Tlustak, 15 minutes 7.1, 8th quickest, 17.7 seconds quicker than Hershey, and that puts him up into 7th place, 12.3 ahead of Hershey. Lukyanuk is still playing with the setup. He sets a much quicker time, 13 minutes 49.1, chasing the 3rd place of Tarabus, 2nd fastest on this one, and this is why.
one stage to go. It's a really exciting stage, a beautiful one, fast flowing and exciting. So we are looking forward to drive it again.
Tarabus, 14 minutes 16.7, 28 seconds slower than Lukyanuk. He has no grip, a mixture of new and old tyres, and Lukyanuk has closed him right down. He's just 8.5 seconds behind. One stage to go. It's going to be a tough job for Tarabus to hold on.
Alexei is very fast and we have no grip and it's impossible to push.
Frustrating, but still trying hard. Kansani really hoping to hold on for a great result here. 14 minutes 16.1, he's fifth quickest, but remains in second overall. Said this was a very hard stage, and this was why a real mixture of snow, gravel and tarmac, and a very, very fast stage. I'm happy about my time. I'm able to control Tarabus and Lukyanuk one more stage, and I hope we can taste the champagne. Kotanovic, fastest time again, 13 minutes 33.3. One stage to go to take a clean sweep of every single stage. 15.8 faster than Lukyanuk, and his lead is 6 minutes 32.8. Have a look at this.
5 prawy i 100, 4 lewy szybki, może zahacz 50 i od szczytu 5 prawy, ciasny średni, do 5 lewy przedni i po 90, mocno skanuj, 3 prawy, szybki średni przed nim, 110, nie ciąć mur, 5 lewy wąsko, do 5 prawy podwójnie nie ciąć, do 5 lewy i 60 skanuj z uwagą, lewy przedni podbija, do od szczytu 5 prawy nie ciąć, minus
Great drive.
ciasno nie wypuść.
Grip is changing all the time. It's so amazing. Every corner is different.
You can see as well from that onboard some very, very deceptive sections of stage. Not so much marking out the edge of the road on those open sections, and with the snow even harder to pick out just which direction the road is heading in. So great drive so far. One stage to go for Kato. Fastest on every single one so far. The crew are getting it ready for one last blast. We'll see you after the break. Time for the final stage of the Jännerrallye in Austria. Before that, let's have a look at the other ERC categories. ERC2 then, new for this year. Formerly the Production Cup. It's for Group M production cars, R4 cars basically. This is Wojciech Staff, Czech driver in the Subaru Impreza, fastest of all the ERC2 registered drivers. David Botka, Hungarian driver in the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 9, was second of the drivers registered for ERC2. There were 4 in fact, but 2 of them went off the road on day 1 and returned today for a bit of Super Rally action. Here's the driver standings. After round 1, Staff leading from Botka, Hideg and Kabasinski. ERC3 is the new name for the two-wheel drive cup this year, so this caters for all cars in R1, R2 and R3 category. And the winner was Sławomir Ogryzek, Polish driver in a 208 R2, ahead of all the R3 cars, led the category from start to finish. Great job by him. Simone Tempestini, Italian with a Romanian licence, was second in ERC3. Citroen DS3 R3T for him. And Christoph Klaus, Hungarian driver in the Renault Clio R3. Third in ERC3, and that means 3 different brands on the ERC3 podium. Here's the standings for ERC3 after the first round. Ogrzek leading from Tempestini, Klaus, Peter and Varkonil. Stunning pictures from Austria, but as the sun sets on a fantastic rally, there's just one stage to go for the top drivers and a massive lead for Kajtanovic at the front. Stage 18, 4:35 local time. Darkness falling to make the conditions just a little bit trickier. On board here with Jonathan Hershey in the Tour 8 T16, 6th fastest time. 15.1 seconds faster than Freistadt, and up to 6th overall on the very last stage by just 2.8 seconds. Martin Fischerlehner, Austrian driver in a Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 9, not in the points, as I say, for ERC2, hadn't registered for that category, but was the fastest driver with an R4 car, just ahead of the ERC2 competitors. There was an Austrian national rally going on at the same time as the ERC round. On board with Lukyanuk was just 8.5 seconds behind Tarabas coming into this final stage. Sets a time of 13 minutes 34.1 and has come back from nowhere. He was 5 minutes 38 off after stage 1 with that engine
really
problem.
Amazing to drive, especially in the night, you know. Now it's clean without snow, so it's amazing. So now we will wait for the Tarabas to see what's his time.
So he closed him down significantly on the recent stages, and we know that Tarabas was struggling with tyres, but on a big push, on a mission to hold on to his podium position. The lamp pod on, one of the headlights out. 14 minutes 3.3, he's 29.2 behind Lukyanuk, and he loses 3rd place.
Thank you.
Today we wanted before Lukyanuk, but we have a little problem with grip with tires. Okay, it's next time maybe.
Still the first person to congratulate him, so great sportsmanship. You can see the road conditions really changing now towards the end of the day. Robert Kubica, only 5th quickest on this final stage, but doesn't need to do any more because he's got an enormous lead in 2nd place. He holds on to that 2nd after a clever tyre strategy. He's a minute and 20 ahead of Lukyanuk. Now, we're delighted to finish 2nd on this first event of the year. Feels great for the team, Delta Rally, to all the people with me, all the people who love me. Thanks to them all. Kajtanovic finally doesn't win the stage on the last stage of the event. A sensible approach, absolutely nothing to prove, and still going very quickly indeed. 2nd quickest. Lukyanuk actually won this stage in taking that final podium position. It's an impressive victory anyway. He's 7 minutes and 7 seconds ahead of Kansani. No one was anywhere near him.
It's fantastic, it's amazing. It's thank you for everybody who believed in us, in our success. I feel it great. I don't know what can I say. Thank you for the spectators, for my team, of course, and for my sponsors. Unbelievable rally. It's amazing.
Almost speechless, isn't he? Great to see. Brilliant performance. Confirmation of the result, 7 minutes 7.4 ahead of Kansani. Lukyanuk, Tarabas and Fischerlehner, the top 5. Great performance from the local driver. Hershey, Freistadt, Staff, Bodka and Jean-Michel Raoult rounding out your top 10 for round 1 of the European Rally Championship. Kansani pleased with his result. It's a first victory in the Jännerrallye for Kaito, his second victory in the ERC, and he won all but that final stage. Brilliant, brilliant job by him. And it's a perfect score as a result. 39.7 for leading after leg 1, 7 for winning leg 2, and 25 for the overall victory. Kansani in second place in the championship. Breen still in 9th despite going off on the first day. A few points there and a few lessons learned, I'm sure, about those tricky conditions. Still to decide was who the Colin McRae trophy would go to, the flat-out trophy for driving most in the style of Colin himself. 3 drivers nominated: Slaromir Ograzek, ERC 3 winner Katanovic, and Lukyanuk. And Lukyanuk surprised to win it. He's won it a couple of times before for those spectacular drives we saw last year. There we go, 3rd time and a great honour for him. Great competitor. Big problems on that first day.
Alexis Lukyanuk, qui a eu un gros problème dans la première spéciale, un problème de
He had a big problem during the first stage, a problem with the engine. Then he fought back from 23rd to 3rd, performing in a brilliant way. Was indeed a great drive. There is the first podium of the 2015 European Rally Championship. Kaito, Kansani and Lukyanuk. Great way to kick off the start of a brand new season. That is it from a very, very snowy 2015 International Jännerrallye. More snow and ice ahead in a month's time for the Rally Liepāja in Latvia. I'm Andrew Coley, and don't forget to join us tomorrow night for the full highlights show from the first round of the European Rally Championship. We'll see you then.